and they decided to gut the Civil Rights Act. Why is that? Because they want to keep America a white majority. Immediately after this decision, the governor of Louisiana, a MAGA white supremacist, paused the elections that were already taking place, and he's going to gerrymander it. He's going to look at the black districts and say, how can I make these white? Yesterday, in Southern California, they put up a Charlie Kirk Way to remember a racist white supremacist podcaster. What did he stand for? White supremacy. The white man ruling this country. The roaming blacks are committing crimes. If you're a black pilot, you're not qualified. Justice Jackson must be an affirmative action hire because how dare a black woman be qualified? Andy Ogles posting about 9/11 when Zohran Mamdani's running. Racism, white supremacy. Ted Cruz posting a meme of jihadist as a checklist on voting when Zohran Mamdani ran. Donald Trump taking away the history of slavery in the Smithsonian. The history of slavery at the Philadelphia South. Taking down the history of slavery of Edgar Bevers. That's what this is. This is white supremacy. And the reason we're here is because white people won't say a damn thing because you don't want to be uncomfortable. When black people were hanging from trees by ropes, what did white people do? Nothing. When fetuses were torn out of black mothers, what did white people do? Nothing. When Native Americans were kicked off their land on the Trail of Tears, what did white people do? Nothing. When Asians were in internment camps, what did white people do? Nothing, 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 nothing. White silence has created Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not the problem with America. White supremacy is. We're here because of Barack Obama. He did nothing wrong. He was one of my favorite presidents. Incredible president. But part of this country, when you hear traditional family values, it means white. White, 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 white. That's what it is. And they saw a black man in the White House, and they said, oh man, I'm losing my mind. Traditional family values, white is going away. The outside of the White House doesn't match the inside, and I'm losing my mind. And they went back to what they know, the plantation owner. A mediocre white man with a micro penis. And in 2024, once again, that's what happened. You voted for a white supremacist that didn't even rent to black people, who asked for the execution of 5 black men. Very fine people on both sides. An adjudicated rapist, a felon, who was sued by a 13-year-old for being raped by a fucking 13-year-old. Officers died after January 6th from the insurrection. By the way, those were white men predominantly on January 6th, and they all got pardoned. And 77 million people said, yes, I want the most morally bankrupt piece of shit white man because he's white. Harris wasn't a felon. She wasn't a rapist. She wasn't on Epstein Island. She didn't add $8 trillion to the debt. She wasn't sued by a 13-year-old for raping her. She didn't steal from cancer charities. She didn't go into teenage girls' locker rooms. She's not on the Epstein files because she's a black woman. That's why she wasn't fucking elected. And for that DNC guy, Ken, whatever your name is, fuck off, man. They got this whole report from the DNC about why they lost. Because she's a black woman, Ken. Stop the shit. 250 years into the United States of America, 51% of our country are women, and we still would rather have a rapist, child molester defender, convicted felon over the most qualified candidate because she's a black woman. That's why we're here. And white people are still unwilling to not do a damn thing. No King's protest. 8 million. That's it. Out of 348 million people, 8 million decided to get off their lazy white asses and do something. Yay! I'm dressed as a frog. Woohoo! Look at me. Give me my white participation trophy. What have you done since? Have you talked to your friends and family? Have you talked to your coworkers? Have you posted publicly? Have you put an American flag upside down in your front yard? Are you willing to go on a general strike to stop what's happening? No, you're not, because you're sitting in your damn privilege. That's the definition of privilege. It's white silence. And I believe when Martin Luther King said, we're not going to remember the words of our enemies, rather the silence of our friends, he was talking about white people and white privilege and white silence. It doesn't affect me, doesn't affect me. Right now, little girls are trying to take their own lives with plastic knives from the stress caused in concentration camps. Children are eating moldy bread and broccoli with worms in it. 34 people have lost their lives in these concentration camps. But what are you going to do, white people? Oh, I have to go to work. I have bills to pay. I got to make money. Yeah, it sucks that you're dying. It sucks that women are losing their pregnancies. It sucks that the officers are betting who's going to take their lives in concentration camps. Yeah, that really sucks. But I have to worry about myself and maintain my white privilege. And if America fails, that's going to be the reason. White silence, white privilege. Because white people are exactly what's wrong with this country.